what I do.
And that's exactly what's happening right now. Black Americans are done trying to force white America to grow up. And for too long, we've been the only ones trying to save this country from itself. But if America refuses to learn, it refuses to listen, it refuses to grow, then maybe it's time for us to let it crash and burn in that regard. We're going to be fine. Okay? We've always survived. And I'm not saying it's going to be leave the map, but see, we temper it. We temper that child's aggression. We temper America's aggression. See, we understand that when white America we understand when it needs to be confronted with its own sins. And it's usually black Americans that hold that mirror up to it. Because see, look, you need to understand this. All the Latino people, all you Africans out there who are listening to me, I don't care how loud you talk. White America does not listen to immigrants. White America does not listen to indigenous voices. White America does not listen to Latinos, Asians, or Arabs when they speak about injustice. White America does not care. These people tricked y'all into voting for Donald Trump. They turned right around and said, we about to take over Palestine and turn it into a resort in the Mediterranean. All these Venezuelans said, yeah, we're going to vote for Donald Trump. The Cubans went, and we said, okay, once he signed the sworn, we're going to send y'all right back. They don't care about oppressing you. You have no voice. As far as America is concerned, you're not even on the map. It's a black and white thing. You are nothing as far as the social status is concerned. You're just filling a place. You're just there to cut their lawns and watch their kids. It's hard to hear, but you don't count in this country. You're irrelevant to white America. I'm just saying, you have no voice. You have no place. You're here. You've been assigned the position. You didn't earn the position. But see, on the flip side, when foundational black Americans speak, white America is forced to listen. Shout out to Quiet Faith. And I know folk don't want to hear it. I'm just telling you what I'm putting a voice, putting words to what you already know to be true. Because if they listen, they'd be listening right now. They're not listening. They don't care. Oh, you took my daddy away. Don't care. Now, the question you should be asking yourself is, why is it that black, white America listens to us? They don't respect us like that. It's not that they value us. We're not special little snowflakes, special little chocolate chips. But here's the thing. They do fear what happens when we stop asking and start demanding. Because when we do that, things change. See, America doesn't change because it wants to. America doesn't change because it grows a conscience. America only changes when black Americans make it too ashamed not to. The civil rights movement, it didn't succeed because white America suddenly became enlightened. It succeeded because the world saw black children and black men and black women being attacked by dogs and hosed down in the street and beaten for simply wanting dignity. The Voting Rights Act of 1965, it didn't pass because white politicians had a moral awakening. It passed because a Bloody Sunday in Selma forced white America to see its own brutality on television, and the world saw it. Same thing with the George Floyd unalivement. It didn't spark global protests because his death was unique. It happened all the time, twice on Sunday. It sparked protests because a foundational black American group of people expressed rage, and it made it impossible for the country to look away. White guilt is the only force strong enough to make America confront itself, their shame. And that's tempered with the fact that we will have violent uprisings. And no group has ever wielded that sort of power more effectively than black Americans. This country's never been able to escape its original sin. The kidnapping, the grapes, the pillaging, the centuries of long oppression of foundational Black American people. It's a stain that will never wash away. It's a crime that white America tries to forget, begs us to stop talking about, but they never can. That's why they keep making movies about it. You keep saying it's over, it's done, but you keep making movies about it every 2 years. Shout out to Train to Live, because they can't forget about it. And we force them to remember that. We will never be silent about that. We'll never stop pushing for justice. And we're never going for ourselves, and we'll never stop demanding that America live up to its ideals and preaches what it preaches what it is supposed to be. It preaches what it practices. See, here's the difference, and I want you all to hear something, okay? And well, I don't need y'all to hear. You heard the older brother, the older lawyer that I put on earlier when he was remarking about the civil rights movement. All these other groups, and whether we talking about the Irish who got treated horribly when they got here, the Italians, the Mexicans, these Arabs, everybody, they plead for inclusion. They want to be white. They want to be treated white. Hell, they want to be classified as white. They want to marry white, eat white, live next to white. They want a white girl. They want to be white, white, white. But see, Black Americans fought for transformation. That's what we fought for. We fought for justice, not so that they can change our classification. And we didn't just fight for ourselves. We fought for everybody, because everybody who's been locked out of the opportunity to justice and dignity. That's what we did. And here's the thing. We never sought revenge. Even though we have the right to. You see the way that black man kindly gave that little white kid a shot to cut his grass for $100. I wouldn't have gave him $100. I probably would have gave him about 30, 35. I ain't give him $100 now. I'm just saying. But we don't want revenge against white folk. We just want justice, opportunity, and dignity. That's the difference between us. This white girl, this little Latino girl, she talking about spitting in these folk food when they come to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? This is what they want. This is what they want.
Yes. If you're American, very pale American, I hope you don't have plans for spring break in Mexico, because there's a lot of people that are mad right now. And among other things, you wouldn't want them spitting in your food.
A word. Robbing and kidnapping and all that going on.
Or your drink. At those all-inclusives in Cancun.
In Cancun. You hear that? That's not us. We're not like that. Now, if you push us, we will fight back, but that's what they talking about. This is what happens when white supremacy and brutality and racial targeting is cast out around the world. People say, oh, those are the bad guys. And they're only 7% of the population. See, look, Black Americans have endured the worst, and it's been done in plain sight. We were lynched in public squares while white families took pictures, and they literally had postcards of it. They were literally cut. I don't even want to talk about it, but the bottom line is we were attacked by dogs, fire hose, just for demanding rights. We were beaten. We were arrested. Our leaders were assassinated. They were jailed just fighting for justice. And it wasn't just us that benefited, everybody that benefited. And through all that, we were able to force white America to confront itself. We made America see the ugliness of its own laws and its customs. We made America hear the hypocrisy of its own promises. We made America understand that without us, this nation had no soul. You hear me? Every single civil right advancement this country, voting rights, workplace protection, it happened because of Black people and our struggle. And when the dust settles, who benefits? That's the other thing about it. You want to know why Black people are resting now? What's the point of us fighting? We fought for affirmative action, which was meant to recidify past wrongdoings to foundational Black Americans. And it became a tool for white women and other minorities to advance while we remain locked up. And that includes our African cousins who just came over here. These diversity programs built on Black activism just became a gateway for everybody but us to benefit. You have laws that were passed because of Black sacrifices and were used by other groups to climb the ladder, while Black Americans were left out and left at the bottom. And you know what they told us? If you just work harder, it's because you're lazy. And then it's funny when they get a taste of it, like that little lady's Jamaican mom, when they get a taste of it, oh, woe is me. I'm both a Black person or a Black woman, a Black man, and an immigrant. Woe is me. See, America's never wanted to be held accountable. It never wanted to change. It has only done so when Black Americans made it impossible not to. For centuries, we've been the moral arbiters of this nation, pushing it, sometimes dragging it towards justice. The same justice it pretends that it's always stood for. It's getting better, but we made it get that way. Because we appeal to the sense of righteousness and justice. But the thing is, you have to understand is, without Black Americans, this country would still be living in darkness, the darkness of its worst tendencies. See, without Black Americans, America would never have been forced to acknowledge its own cruelty. And without Black Americans, there would be no democracy, no justice, and no progress. It'd just be white men, rich white men, not even the poor whites on top. So again, are you seeing what now that y'all decided to rest, what's going to happen now? Now that Black Americans have decided that we're no longer going to be the moral compass of a nation that refuses to listen, what happens? What happens when we let America deal with itself without our voices, our leadership, or our willingness to fight? What happens? For generations, we've been the moral force in the vanguard, the warriors for the oppressed. But now in 2025, it's going to face a new crisis. But this time, we're choosing to sit it out. And America should be nervous. That's why you got folk from Latinos to Black, African immigrants, Caribbean immigrants, they're on the internet copping pleas, explaining how they understand. You got white men on the internet saying, man, Black people could save us. We made a mistake. All of them are copping pleas. I find that very interesting. What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D. People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You were tuned in to Uncle D. This Black man talk, pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. And let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. There's a king here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you've been served, gotta know this. Now, Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you've been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you've been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you've been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Flowbee and cut your own damn hair from now on.